Tokyo Joshi is holding another major event at Kurikan Hall. After just finishing a major tag tournament and with roster members making waves overseas, global eyes are on Tokyo Joshi now more than ever. And to help any newbies or oldies who want to catch up, this will be a guide to the matches that are due to take place on the show. So without further delay, let's get into it. To kick off the show, there is a tag team match of Shiori Sena and Marika Kobayashi versus Moka Miyamoto and Arisa Endo. What I find interesting about this match is that apart from Marika, the other three girls present have never scored a pinfall victory, so the odds of a first victory for any of Moka, Sayori or Arisa are high. I would like my girl Moka to go over, but it really is anyone's game. Sayori has been doing really well when teaming with her friend Hikari Noa, but her big win may be being saved for a later time. Of course, Marika could also get the win. She has really been struggling to get a foothold after being out of action for so long, so we'll have to see. Second, there is a three-way tag match of the Magical Sugar Rabbits versus Beastars versus Misao and Shoko Nakajima. For the first time ever, a three-way tag match taking place in Tokyo Joshi. It's a bit of an odd first time to be hyped for, but this match is totally stacked, with 4 previous tag champions in the match and 2 of Tokyo Joshi's most promising future stars. Magirabi have been trying to get back into the groove of being a tag team after Yuka had been working majority single matches. They are still uneasy not being able to get out of the first round of the Max Heart tournament, which was to decide who the best tag team in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling was, so hopefully enough Team Rust has gone to provide them the victory. However, their win will not be easy as Shoko and Misao have been on a roll recently with tag matches. After Shin Ultra Shoko and Misao lost their tag title match, Shin Ultra Shoko left for her home planet, leaving Hyper Misao without a partner. Fortunately, Shoko Nakajima stepped up to be Misao's regular tag mate, and in the Max Heart tournament the two got to the semi-finals, even beating tag champions Bakuratsu Sisters. Unfortunately, the two lost to Miyu and Ito and hoped to win with Shoko's newfound speed and power, and Misao's inventive offense, and with the added dynamic of 3 teams, the confusion could help them get the victory. The final combatants have it the most rough. Mirai and main event Suzume have teamed before as Beastars to go for the tag team championship, but perhaps it was a bit ambitious for a team with less than 2 years experience could get the titles so early. Nevertheless, Beastars have separately been doing their best to catch up to their seniors. Mirai has gone for the international belt a few times, whereas Suzume has appeared in many main events in tag matches and been given the responsibility of debuting junior members. Perhaps this will be their greatest asset though, as the 2 other teams forget about them, allowing Beastars to get an unpredictable win. Next is a 6-man tag match of Miyu Watanabe, Raku and Palm versus Kiryu, Haruna Neko and Yuna Manase. The required name out of a hat match where wrestlers who don't have much to do are all put into a hat and then pitted against each other. This time we have the returning Yuna Manase, who has become a regular of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Kurikan shows. Hopefully this match will allow Palm, Neko or Kiryu to crawl out of the mid-card they have found themselves inescapable of, and move up to take on more high-profile matches, as it seems their juniors are taking all the spotlight recently. After that is a special single match of Hikari Noa versus Miyu Yamashita. Hikari Noa has been building herself up like it's nobody's business. She has been having fantastic tag matches with her friend Shiori Sena and showing a toughness and bravery that makes her stand out with the rest of the roster. Her most recent achievement was headlining the first Inspiration show with a hardcore match against Rina Yamashita, and the match was so fucking good, proving that Hikari is ready to move up in Tokyo Joshi and make her dream of being queen of deathmatch wrestling a reality. But in order to do so, she will have to take on one more Yamashita. Miyu is more than capable of drawing out the potential of rising stars, however her method for doing so is consecutive kicks to the head, and she's damn good at it too. And Miyu will be more than focused on winning the match by any means. With her recent loss to Bishkigun, once again Miyu will want to show who the top lion really is in Tokyo Joshi. Then there is a tag match of Neo Bishkigun versus Bakuratsu Sisters for the Princess Tag titles. After winning the Max Heart tournament by defeating Miyu and Ito, Bishkigun received 2 very nice trophies. Saki-sama was annoyed at receiving another award as her French mansion is already filled with them. Meanwhile, May St. Michel was overjoyed to receive a gift identical to Saki-sama, as it made them that much closer. Saki-sama, wanting to encourage Mai's growth, commented if she wants something similar to Saki-sama, there is one prize that is much greater. She called out the Bakuratsu sisters and offered to buy the belts from them. Of course Yuki and Nodoka refused, and so Bishkigun will have to take them the old-fashioned way. In the lead up to the match, Bishkigun have been doing their usual tricks to psych out their opponents, by calling them names and being as cruel and unfair as possible. Bakuratsu sisters are wise to be worried. The two have failed previously to beat Bishkigun for the tag titles, and with them losing the tournament that Bishkigun won, momentum has shifted away from them. But Bishkigun isn't as unbeatable as previous incarnations. They lost to Miyu and Ito at the last Kurikan show, so beating them may not be impossible. However, when Saki-sama wants something, she will do anything to get it, and she says a full course of despair is prepared for the two who overeat. Next is Kamyu versus now Kakuta for the International Princess title. During her title reign, Kamyu has been having a great time beating hungry rookies and looking her best while doing it. However, her next challenger is not some up-and-comer, it is instead an established and well-travelled wrestler, now Kakuta. Now challenged Kamyu after winning yet another match in Tokyo Joshi. Since debuting, she has only incurred one pinfall loss, and that was to Princess Champ Rika Tatsumi. She feels she is ready to start challenging for championships, and feels Yuki's International Championship is the best one to go for. Kamyu did her best to psych her out by calling Now normal and unworthy for the international belt, but Now was unfazed and has been seeing through Kamyu's attempts to plant seeds of doubt in her head. Now has been in multiple promotions and has more experience than Kamyu, making her a difficult challenger for the wrestler who didn't even know what a power slam was called. But Kamyu has been on a roll and putting more effort in her time as a wrestler, and the International Championship is proof of this, making her not want to let it go for anything. Finally, it's your main event for the Princess of Princess Championship with champion Rika Tatsumi versus challenger Maki Ito. After coming so far in the Max Heart tournament but losing where it mattered most, Ito had become determined to get stronger and prove her worth to her partner Miyu Yamashita, and to herself. Her 2020 didn't go the way she wanted, and the changes to how wrestling needs to be ran has affected her mood. Her 2021 has started on a much better foot, with a bond being born with Miyu and a huge victory against Bishkigun. But it was still not enough for her, and losses in 2 major tournaments, the aforementioned Max Heart tournament, but as well in the AEW Elephant Eliminator Women's Womenator tournament as well. But the thing about Ito is she fails upwards, and after a teary promo, walked away from Miyu with a promise to get stronger, and that Miyu shouldn't come looking for her. Miyu didn't have to look hard though, as a few days later, Ito appeared at AEW Revolution and headlined Dark Elevation to take on Riho one last time. With the energy poured into her from overseas fans exclaiming who the cutest in the world is, Ito returned to Japan, rejuvenated and ready to win the Princess Championship.
Please join DDT Universe. I try. I challenge title match.
Rika is not so sure, however. Riko claimed that Ito had lost her edge over the past months. Ito agreed. Back when she was starting out, her lack of confidence and anxieties were what drove her to get better as a wrestler. Now having appeared overseas, the confidence she thought she lacked shone through, and she realised she has support from all over the world. And with this new drive will be enough to not only beat Rika, but to lead Tokyo Joshi as well. At Still Incomplete, it will be the hardest head versus the hips of diamonds for the Princess of Princess Championship. Still Incomplete will stream live on Wrestle Universe on the 17th of April, and before the show drops, let's give a highlight to a few other shows. I already mentioned Hikari Noa's hardcore match that can be found on the site, but DDT is beginning to take their Western audience more seriously. They have announced the That's JPW shows, which stream twice a week on Wrestle Universe. These are great for new people getting into Tokyo Joshi. Each show is a match long and features English commentary from Chris Brooks and Belly and Aki. If you want to know more about the roster of Tokyo Joshi, these are perfect for you. And I appreciate DDT putting a focus on English content for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, and it really shows how the brand has exploded in popularity recently. And speaking of Chris Brooks, he did another produced show. No Joshi on the card this time, but it did see the return of Mecha Mummy, so check it out. Links to all those shows will be in the description. Also, one quick other thing, I was working on a video about how to use the Tokyo Joshi store to buy merchandise. While working on the video, I thought it was terrible, and so I got really annoyed and stopped working on it. But if people are interested in that sort of topic of how to set up a proxy Japanese address, and then how to use the site and order, and how to use the note box so that you can put your name, and if you want your name read out on live streams when they sign their merchandise, let me know, and I will redo the video so it's not terrible. Alright, that's all I gotta say, so I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.